Yo, 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 man. AJ here. You gotta learn to become your own influence, you know? This video don't gotta be too long, like I say, but it's worth it though. Um, if you're gonna be on social media, nothing wrong with that, but you gotta learn how to control social media. Learn how to watch people that actually give out good advice and that is a good influence that, that cherishes their community and actually wants to help people succeed and like I say, give good advice and actually, you know, help them to not be like everybody else. Like they help people to not be like everybody else and just be yourself. Cause that's what outshines everything. Following trends and all that is pointless. It's gonna stress you out because you're being someone that you're not, and then next thing you know, you probably gonna attract certain people, yeah, but they're not gonna stay because that's not who you are. You know what I'm saying? They only there for a trend. They not there for who you are. So it's pointless. It's pointless, bro. It's pointless to me. So always be yourself. Become your own influence. Watch people. That is a good influence. You know, so that can give you the drive and the energy to keep going for yourself as well. But also become your own influence in a way of, keep your phone off for a little while, maybe for a couple hours. Keep the TV off too. Keep that shit off. Keep everything off, bro. And just be in your own mind. That's how you be alone. Because nobody is influencing you to think a certain way. You are mastering your own thoughts and your own emotions. Your own emotions, feelings, the same thing. You're mastering your own mind. Because your mind is the seed of the soul. Your mind is connected to the soul. Your mind is also connected to your spirit. Okay? So when you close off these devices and you just sit in silence the whole time, it's peaceful, it is, but you're going to be all in your head. And that's the best part. You be all in your head and you start to feel good because you have no distractions, right? You start to be like, well, now I know how to think for myself. Now I know how to master myself. Now I know how to become my own influence so I can help other people, you know? So I can literally help other people and know that, bro, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. This is who I am. And you're not going to be afraid to show who you are because that can also be inspiring to help people to be themselves too. So they won't have to worry about following trends and following what other people is doing to get attention. No, be yourself and you can get attention regardless. Be yourself and you will get that. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is, And that's facts. That's all you need to do really is just be yourself. And to be honest, when you become your own influencer, it's like it feels a lot better because you know how to be a leader, It shows that you're showing yourself that you don't really have to always depend on anybody else for real. Unless you truly need reassurance because even good influencers and leaders, they need reinsurance too. They need transparency, bro. They need transparency, meaning you're literally transferring energy, transferring details on who you are and who you're dealing with. They're going to need that, bro. Good leaders still need help. Good leaders still seek help because they want to continue to be a good leader. So they're going to seek more help. They're going to seek more help. Fools not going to seek no help. Fools just going to already think, oh yeah, I got it going on, I'm good. Nah, they're going to be like, dude, good leaders, what makes a good leader is when they want to learn more. They want to learn more because they want to become their best self. They still going to grind. They still going to show up for themselves. The ones that thinks they know everything, they are fools. And they're not going to try too much. They're not going to try hard. They're not going to keep showing up because they think, well, it's just going to come to me. I already got it. I know everything already. It's just, bro, you can think like that, but nigga, you have to show that though. That's the only way you can attract it. You have to use that knowledge, If you don't know how to use the knowledge you have, you a bot. You a fucking bot, bro. And I'm gonna keep saying that. You a bot. You know what I'm saying? A person that don't know how to use they knowledge that they have. Something is wrong with them. They just expect handouts. It doesn't work like that. How do you expect to attract certain people in your life if you don't know how to show your energy? If you are afraid to show your energy because you're afraid of bad things happening to you or something in your life, then you ain't gonna never succeed, bro. You ain't gonna never know how to protect your energy, nothing. You know? Becoming your own influence is literally learning how to protect your energy and knowing how to not feed into negativity and just focus on the positive at all times. Overthink the positivity, all that. You're going to always have a positive mindset no matter what. No matter what you go through, no matter how you feeling, you still going to show up either way it go. It doesn't matter because you love what you do, and that's power. That's so powerful that you just continue to be your authentic self and you still seek help. You talk to your community and be like, guys, I need y'all help. Like, I know I'm a good influence to y'all, but what makes me a good influencer and a good leader is when I actually seek help. You know what I'm saying? That's not afraid to be inspired by nobody else. That's not afraid to get help from my community so I can grow, so I can help y'all the best way I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there is how you should think. That right there is what makes a good leader, bro. A good influencer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have that type of mindset, then you're not a good influencer, bro. You a fool. You're not wise. You are a follower. You know what I'm saying? That's what you are. You're a follower. You think just like everybody else. You don't have a mindset of your own. You think like everybody else, thinking you the shit. Now, that's ego. That's a lot of ego right there. Too much ego going on. And it's like, dude, that's not going to get you nowhere. All right? It's not going to get you nowhere, bro. I don't get it. I don't get why people think like that. But I promise you, that ain't going to get you nowhere if you already thinking, well, I know everything. I'm good. But you don't know how to show up for yourself, you know? It could be anything, bro. If you love to do something, show up for yourself. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to please. You don't got to please everybody. And that's what the fools do. The fools that don't seek help and that thinks they already got it going on and they just expect handouts to them every time. They don't want to work on nothing. They don't want to grind on nothing. They don't want to build nothing up. Them are the ones are going to struggle the most, bro. Because they think they going through heaven right now. But they really delusional. They going through hell and they're going to continue to go through hell. So they're going to be delusional going through heaven and then they're going to go through hell. While we are accepting reality and we going through hell right now. And, you know, we showing up for ourselves no matter what. And we're going to go through heaven right after that. That's just how it goes, bro. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on your reality. If you have a bad reality, if you being alone and you always thinking negative, it's because you still in that mindset to seek external validation and you truly don't want to learn to love yourself. You feel like you're about to miss out. Something is wrong with you. You don't truly love yourself. You don't know how to master yourself. That's a problem. It's because you are disconnected from God, bro. You're disconnected from the source. You're disconnected from the universe, the Most High, Yahuwah God. You're disconnected from Him, bro. You don't know how to reach your higher self. It's crazy. So basically, you just know how to reach your lower self. That's all you know how to do is just your lower self. You're a bot. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing spiritual about you. There's nothing leadership about you. There's nothing good influencer about you. None of that. Because you want to be a follower and you just want to have this mindset and put on a mask to be this perfect person ever. Just to be liked by people is crazy. Like, no, it's not going to work because they only there for the mask. They not there for who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Wise people that knows that will accept and knows that they'll take an L and that they will fail. It's because they know that failure is what leads to success. They know that everything is not going to go the way they want it to go. So they're going to have to keep pushing. They're going to have to keep working hard. Those are the ones that's wise because they want to learn more. Even if the person is younger than them, they can still learn something from that person no matter what. They can still learn something from, you know, anybody, no matter how old they are. They can learn something from them by the confidence that the person has. It's all about the soul, man. It's not about no external shit. It's about the soul, dude. You feel me? It's about the soul, man. Like, you just gotta learn how to be yourself. Know how to have that energy to be yourself. Because if you don't, bro, you don't really know. You don't know who you are. And you're not gonna know how to attract the right people in your life. If you want to become a fool, you're gonna keep on wearing a mask just to please people. You're gonna always try to look so perfect. If you wise, you're gonna admit your flaws, and you're gonna show people that, bro, if I'm going through this, you can go through this too. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna show people that no matter what. That's what you're gonna do. And it's not gonna harm nobody. It's not gonna harm nobody when you admit your flaws, my nigga. It's gonna help them. You gotta start thinking positive, bro. When you alone and thinking negative all the time, that's not gonna make people happy, bro. You're gonna literally attract more depressing people that way. You're gonna attract more toxic people. Cause you over here trying to be so perfect all the time, bro. Accept everything. Accept it and let people know the truth, man. Let people know who you really are. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes you a wise person. Because that's what makes you inspiring to a lot of people. They're going to always want to depend on you. They're going to depend on you, but you're going to help them to become more dependent on themselves. But they're going to always want to watch you. They're going to always want to see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Not on no weird shit, but just on some genuine shit, you know? Like, that right there is beautiful. That's beauty, man. That's important when you learn how to be your own influencer. When you learn how to be a good leader. When you know how to become your own leader, bro, you can help a lot of people. You know you don't need a lot of friends, but you know you need help from somebody that's inspiring. You know, that's not afraid to show their flaws. Those are the type of people that you need to be around. Because they truly want to be better. If they don't want to be better, they're not going to accept their flaws, and they're not going to show their flaws, and they're not going to want to show people that they can fail, but they can also grow from that failure. You know what I'm saying? So if people don't want to show that they can fail and grow from that failure, then those are the type of people that you don't want to watch. You want to watch the people that will literally let you know how they feel no matter what. They're going to show you the ups and downs, but they showing you at the same time that they are not going to give up. Because they still showing up every single day. They making videos. They are creating for y'all. See what I'm saying? They always creating for y'all. So y'all can't really blame nobody but yourself. If you don't know how to watch good influencers, and if you don't know how to be in your own mind and learn how to think for yourself, you got to blame yourself. You have to literally accept those flaws from within. If you feel like you need to do better, man. This is your journey, my nigga. Start doing better for yourself. Start thinking more positive. Because if you don't know how to do that, bro, you out of gas, bro. Your life is not going to be the way you want it to be because you don't know how to think positive. Bro, things can also go your way. Trust me, it also can. Things may seem like it doesn't always go your way all the time, but trust me, it actually does. If you had that strong mindset that, bro, this is my way and it's going to stay that way, then it's going to stay that way. However you think, that's the frequency you're letting out into the universe, bro. You realize that? However you talk, that's the frequency you're letting out into the universe, bro. I want you to know that. But you got to keep doing that. You got to keep thinking like that every single day. You can't let self-doubts stop you. You can't let no negative thoughts stop you because those are not you. Those thoughts are not who you are. You don't even think like that on a daily basis. It's a distraction, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to lock in, you know? Become your own influence, man. Those are my thoughts.